Listen closely, gentlemen. If you're past 60 and your bedroom performance has weakened, become unreliable, or vanished entirely, what I'm about to reveal could transform everything. The reality is stark. Your virility isn't simply declining with time. Something specific is choking it silently, and you possess the power to reverse it. Not through pharmaceutical interventions, not through invasive procedures, but with a straightforward beverage. One natural combination you can prepare in 60 seconds that floods your system with oxygen-rich circulation and restores the powerful, dependable firmness you haven't experienced in decades. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Charles Bennett, a urologist specializing in male sexual wellness for seniors, with 30 years dedicated to helping mature men reclaim their vitality, assurance, and passionate connections without dangerous medications. And here's the truth. Your physiology remains functional. You simply need the proper nutritional foundation. Most gentlemen misunderstand the core issue. They assume declining testosterone is the culprit. But the authentic problem runs deeper: compromised vascular function. When oxygen-rich blood fails to reach penile tissue rapidly and completely, testosterone levels become irrelevant. Fortunately, nature provides a solution to unlock your system's inherent circulatory potential. And it begins with 6 everyday components currently sitting in your kitchen. Remain here because momentarily, I'll demonstrate this 60-second formula that's enabling men beyond 60 to achieve stronger firmness, enhanced stamina, and confidence levels they believed were permanently lost. Before continuing, please subscribe and activate notifications so you won't miss valuable guidance designed to restore your strength, assurance, and control. If this resonates, comment 1 below. If not, comment 0 and share how I can better serve your needs. Now, let's examine the first component, the foundation supporting this entire formula. It's not prescription-based, it's not rare, and you've probably passed it countless times at the market without recognizing its extraordinary potential. I'm referencing beetroot, nature's premier vascular enhancer. One beverage changes everything. Everything starts with one underestimated root vegetable that activates circulation like nothing else exists. Several years back, my patient Marcus, a 67-year-old retired construction foreman, arrived feeling hopeless and ashamed. He confessed, "Dr. Bennett, I still desire my wife deeply. I still feel attracted, but my physical response has completely abandoned me." I've heard similar stories repeatedly, and I understood precisely where to begin. Not with prescriptions, not with hormone therapy, but with beetroot. I anticipate your skepticism. Beetroot? Seriously? But listen carefully. Beetroot transcends being merely a salad ingredient. It represents one of nature's most potent resources for mature gentlemen seeking to reclaim masculine strength. Loaded with organic nitrates, beetroot enables your system to manufacture nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and dilates vascular pathways, permitting circulation to surge throughout your physiology with minimal resistance. When vascular function improves, everything transforms. Firmness becomes reliable and sustained. Vitality increases. Mental sharpness improves because your entire organism receives proper oxygenation. Marcus tried the beetroot-based formula I'm about to reveal. Within days, he reported noticeable improvements. I possessed greater stamina. I felt genuinely alive. And certainly, functionality returned down there as well. Beetroot additionally supports cardiac health, reduces hypertension, combats systemic inflammation, and assists hepatic detoxification. Therefore, this extends beyond intimacy. It's about comprehensive wellness. It's about reclaiming what years and tension gradually diminished. But here's the crucial detail most gentlemen overlook. Consuming beetroot alone proves insufficient. You must combine it with one simple ingredient that amplifies its effectiveness and helps your organism absorb and activate nitric oxide exponentially faster. This subsequent addition transforms the formula from effective to extraordinary. Let me reveal what it is. To unleash beetroot's complete potential, you require one straightforward ingredient that accelerates everything, making it stronger and more penetrating. That ingredient is fresh lime, but not the processed varieties found bottled commercially. I'm referencing authentic, fresh squeezed lime. And honestly, when I initially recommended this to mature patients, they questioned my expertise. Lime? How does that relate to masculine function? But after trying it, they grasped the connection. They experienced the difference. Marcus certainly did. You see, lime isn't merely a taste enhancer. It's a biological catalyst. It contains exceptional levels of vitamin C, which performs a critical function in helping your physiology absorb and activate the nitrates from beetroot. Without it, you're sacrificing potential results. With it, you're igniting transformation. The nitric oxide reaction becomes dramatically more powerful. Vascular pathways open more completely. Circulation accelerates significantly. And for gentlemen past 60, that distinction can separate hesitant response from firm, confident performance that endures. But it extends beyond vascular function. Lime additionally reduces inflammatory markers, supports hepatic cleansing, enhances cellular hydration, and elevates mood by decreasing cortisol, the precise hormone that can eliminate desire and capability when uncontrolled. It's a modest fruit with monumental impact. Marcus reported that after several days consuming the formula, improvements extended beyond the bedroom. I felt mentally sharper, emotionally lighter. My wife mentioned my complexion looked healthier. That's the advantage of natural approaches. The benefits reach far beyond your initial objective. And while beetroot and lime prove powerful together, there's one ingredient that elevates this to an entirely different dimension. It's a natural root used for centuries supporting masculine vitality. But contemporary research has finally validated just how remarkable it truly is. It doesn't merely support circulation, it also stimulates testosterone production and neutralizes performance's greatest adversary: chronic stress. Let's discuss that next. That natural root I mentioned is turmeric, one of the most powerful yet underutilized allies for any gentleman past 60 seeking to reclaim his strength and assurance. I recall introducing turmeric to my longtime patient, Gerald. He was 73, intellectually sharp, energetically vibrant, but he admitted, "Dr. Bennett, my drive has disappeared. My performance is unpredictable, and frankly, it's humiliating." We had already addressed circulation with beetroot and lime, but when we incorporated turmeric into the combination, everything elevated dramatically. Turmeric transcends being merely a culinary spice. It's a natural powerhouse for gentlemen. Contemporary research demonstrates it can elevate testosterone levels by approximately 19%. And for mature men, that's frequently the precise boost your physiology has been anticipating. But it's not exclusively about testosterone. Turmeric additionally increases luteinizing hormone, which helps your organism produce its own testosterone more efficiently in a manner that feels organic and sustainable. What makes turmeric especially powerful for mature gentlemen is its capacity to reduce cortisol. Tension is performance's silent assassin. It constricts vascular pathways, eliminates desire, and steals the very confidence that intimacy requires. Turmeric helps reverse that pattern. It calms the neurological system, reduces inflammation, and helps your physiology maintain a relaxed, responsive state. That's when authentic, lasting performance manifests. Not from force, but from natural flow. Gerald returned weeks later saying, "Dr. Bennett, I cannot adequately explain it. I simply feel like my authentic self again." That's turmeric's effect. It doesn't camouflage the problem. It heals it fundamentally, literally. Now, with beetroot for circulation, lime for absorption, and turmeric to awaken hormones and silence tension, your foundation is solid. But there's one additional element most gentlemen never consider. Yet, it could be precisely why your results have been inconsistent. It's not a food or supplement. It's something your physiology depends upon constantly. And when it's absent, performance suffers quietly. Let me explain why. However, even with everything mentioned, enhanced circulation, superior absorption, and healthier hormonal support, none of it functions optimally if your organism lacks one thing: profound cellular hydration. Most gentlemen don't realize how detrimental even mild dehydration can be. I had a patient, Theodore, 70 years old, physically active, mentally alert, implementing all recommended protocols, eating properly, walking daily, even taking supplements. But still, he said, "Dr. Bennett, I just don't feel complete strength. I'm trying, but the response isn't there." The first question I asked him was, "How much water are you consuming?" He laughed and admitted, "Insufficient amounts." Hydration doesn't sound exciting, but it's absolutely essential. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your circulation thickens, your vessels constrict, flow decelerates, and for gentlemen attempting to perform, that's a silent saboteur. Your muscles don't respond as rapidly, your vitality fades, and firmness becomes inconsistent, if it occurs at all. That's why I recommend replacing plain water with something more potent. Aloe vera juice. It's nature's perfect hydrator, packed with electrolytes, enzymes, and minerals your organism needs to maintain balance. Aloe vera juice not only replenishes fluids, it relaxes vascular pathways, supports healthy neural signaling, and keeps your cardiac system functioning optimally, all of which translate into superior physical response when the moment arrives. Theodore made one simple modification, adding 8 ounces of aloe vera juice into his daily formula. And within days, his vitality lifted, his complexion looked healthier, and certainly functionality returned, more naturally, more consistently. The truth is, without proper hydration, even the finest nutrients cannot travel where they need to go. Consider aloe vera juice as the delivery system, keeping everything moving, flowing, delivering the support your physiology needs to perform at its best. Now, let me introduce the 5th component that brings cellular regeneration: pomegranate extract. This antioxidant-rich ingredient protects vascular integrity while supporting sustained nitric oxide production throughout the day. And finally, the 6th ingredient, raw cacao powder. Rich in flavonoids and natural compounds that enhance mood, support cardiac function, and provide sustained energy without artificial stimulants. Now that we've covered all 6 powerful ingredients, beetroot, lime, turmeric, aloe vera juice, pomegranate extract, and raw cacao, it's time to unite them. Let me demonstrate exactly how to combine them into one simple, potent formula you can prepare in under 60 seconds. This next section is where everything becomes tangible. Now that you understand the power behind each component, let me demonstrate how to unite them into one simple, life-transforming beverage you can prepare in less than 60 seconds. When I first provided this recipe to my patient Vincent, 75 years old and recovering from difficult years, he didn't believe something so straightforward could accomplish so much, but he was willing to attempt it. He said, "Dr. Bennett, if it's genuinely this simple, I've got nothing to lose. And merely 1 week later, he told me with a broad smile across his face, "I wish I had discovered this a decade ago." Here's the exact process. Take 2 medium-sized beetroots, peel and dice them. Add the juice of 1 fresh lime. Slice approximately 1 inch of fresh turmeric root. Don't use powder. Use the authentic thing. Then add half a teaspoon of pomegranate extract. Add 1 teaspoon of raw cacao powder. Then pour in 1 cup of aloe vera juice. Place everything in a blender and blend until smooth. If you prefer a thinner consistency, you can strain it, but some gentlemen prefer it thick. It's your choice. What matters most is freshness. The closer to nature, the more your physiology will respond. This formula is designed to be consumed approximately 30 to 60 minutes before intimate activity or physical exertion. But what surprises most gentlemen is how they feel even hours afterward. More alert, more grounded, and more connected to their vitality and presence. You're not forcing your organism, you're supporting it, and it responds rapidly when given the proper tools. Vincent said he felt a warm surge after consuming it. Not jittery, not artificial, just genuinely alive again. That's the beauty of this formula. It doesn't just help you perform better, it helps you feel like your authentic self again. Now, you may be wondering what transpires after you consume it. What exactly can you anticipate, and how quickly? Let's discuss that because the answer might surprise you. So, what actually happens after you consume it? That's the element most gentlemen never anticipate. But once they experience it, they never return to their previous state. When Vincent first tried the formula, he contacted me the following morning. He said, "I don't understand what's in that beverage, but I haven't felt this clear, this steady, this powerful in years." And he wasn't alone. Gentlemen tell me constantly that the effects are noticeable and often surprisingly rapid. Usually within 30 to 60 minutes, you begin to feel a subtle transformation, a sensation of warmth in the chest, arms, or lower abdomen, a quiet boost in vitality. Not the wired artificial variety, but something more grounded, more authentic, like your physiology is finally functioning optimally again. As circulation improves, everything begins to work better. Firmness becomes stronger, easier to maintain. Response time shortens. You're more attuned to touch, more in control of timing, more connected, not just physically, but emotionally too. That's what makes this so different from pharmaceutical options. You're not just chasing a reaction, you're reclaiming a state of being. Even beyond the bedroom, gentlemen report improved mental clarity, better stamina throughout the day, fewer energy crashes in the afternoon, and a renewed sense of optimism. One patient described it best when he said, "It's like my organism finally remembered how to show up again." These aren't just physical changes, they're emotional ones. Because when your physiology works, your confidence returns. You walk differently. You carry yourself with certainty. And that energy, it's contagious. Your partner feels it, you feel it, and existence feels exciting again. Now, all of this leads us to the final question. Why does this matter so profoundly for gentlemen past 60? What makes this formula not just helpful, but absolutely essential in this chapter of your existence? Let's finish strong because this last section brings everything together. This isn't just about boosting performance, it's about restoring something deeper that every gentleman past 60 deserves to experience again. At this stage of existence, most gentlemen aren't just seeking quick fixes. You've been through enough to recognize the difference between temporary hype and something that truly functions. That's what makes this formula so powerful. It doesn't just provide you a better night, it provides you a better sense of self. I remember speaking with Douglas, a 71-year-old former military officer, strong, proud, but quietly carrying the weight of lost confidence. He told me, "Dr. Bennett, I just want to feel like a man again, like I used to, not even for anyone else, just for myself." And I understood exactly what he meant, because when you've spent a lifetime leading, building, protecting, it's difficult when suddenly your organism doesn't cooperate the way it once did. That's why this formula matters. It addresses the core systems aging slowly weakens: circulation, hormones, hydration, inflammation, and provides your physiology the support it needs to respond with strength and clarity. You're not forcing an outcome. You're unlocking something that's still inside you, just waiting for the proper signal. And certainly, this is about intimacy, about sharing authentic connection again. But it's also about walking taller, sleeping better, feeling more alive in your skin. It's about proving to yourself that age may change things, but it doesn't have to steal your power. Douglas returned after 2 weeks. He shook my hand with a grin and said, "You returned something to me I thought I'd lost forever." And he wasn't just referencing Firmness. He was referencing himself. Let me share another patient's story. Raymond, 68, a retired educator, came to me completely discouraged. He'd tried multiple approaches, spent considerable money on supplements that promised miracles, but delivered nothing. He was skeptical, understandably so. But Raymond was also desperate enough to try one more approach. After just 10 days on this formula, he reported changes he called remarkable. His morning vitality returned. His confidence in social situations improved. And most importantly, his relationship with his wife transformed. We're connecting again, Dr. Bennett. Not just physically, but emotionally. I feel present with her in ways I haven't in years. That's the profound impact of addressing the root causes rather than masking symptoms. When you support your vascular system, balance your hormones, reduce inflammation, and hydrate properly, your entire organism responds. You're not just fixing one problem. You're elevating your complete physiological function. And here's something most gentlemen don't realize. The benefits compound over time. The first week, you notice improvements. The second week, they strengthen. By the third week, you're not just feeling better occasionally, you're experiencing a sustained transformation in how your organism operates daily. I've witnessed this pattern repeatedly. Gentlemen who initially approached this formula skeptically become its strongest advocates because they experience undeniable results. They sleep more soundly. They wake with vitality. They engage with their partners with renewed passion. They carry themselves with the confidence they thought age had stolen permanently. This formula represents more than a beverage. It's a declaration to your physiology, to your confidence, to your future. A declaration that says, "I'm still here. I still possess power. And I'm not finished yet." Because you're not even close to finished. And the exceptional part is, this is only the beginning. Another element worth mentioning: consistency matters significantly. While some gentlemen experience immediate results, optimal benefits emerge with regular consumption. I recommend preparing this formula daily for at least 3 weeks to allow your organism to fully recalibrate and respond. Think of it like this. You didn't develop circulatory challenges overnight, and while this formula works rapidly, giving your system consistent support allows for deeper, more sustained improvements. The gentlemen who commit to daily consumption report the most dramatic transformations. I also want to address a common concern. Some gentlemen ask, "Dr. Bennett, won't this conflict with my current medications?" That's a valid question, and here's my answer. This formula uses natural, whole food ingredients. However, if you're taking prescription medications, particularly for cardiac conditions or hypertension, Consult your physician before beginning any new nutritional protocol. It's always wise to ensure everything works harmoniously together. Now, let me share one final patient story that encapsulates why I'm so passionate about this approach. His name was Arthur, 74, a retired engineer who'd lost not just his physical capability, but his entire sense of masculine identity. He described feeling invisible and irrelevant, not just in the bedroom, but in existence generally. Arthur had tried pharmaceutical options, but the side effects were intolerable. Headaches, visual disturbances, digestive problems. He felt worse taking them than not. When he came to my office, he was ready to simply accept his situation as permanent. I convinced him to try this natural approach for 1 month, just 30 days to see if his physiology would respond differently. The transformation was extraordinary. Within 2 weeks, Arthur reported feeling reconnected to life. His vitality returned. His mental fog lifted. His relationship with his wife became passionate again. But most remarkably, he told me, "I feel like myself again. Not the 74-year-old version trying to be young, but the authentic me, with all my experience and wisdom, now functioning the way I should." That statement captures everything. This isn't about denying your age or pretending you're 25 again. It's about optimizing your current physiology so you can be the best version of yourself right now, at this stage of existence, with everything you've learned and become. Your organism still possesses remarkable capability. It simply needs the proper support. And unlike pharmaceutical interventions that force artificial responses, this formula works with your natural physiology, supporting and enhancing what's already there. I want you to understand something crucial. Aging doesn't mean accepting dysfunction. It means adapting intelligently. Your nutritional needs have changed. Your circulatory system requires more support. Your hormonal production needs assistance. But when you provide those elements, your organism responds beautifully. This formula addresses all those needs simultaneously. The beetroot and pomegranate enhance circulation. The lime and turmeric support nutrient absorption and hormonal balance. The aloe vera ensures proper hydration. The cacao provides sustainable energy and mood enhancement. Everything works synergistically, meaning the combined effect exceeds the sum of individual components. And here's another advantage. Unlike pharmaceutical options, this formula provides additional health benefits beyond intimate function. Your cardiac health improves. Your inflammatory markers decrease. Your mental clarity sharpens. Your energy levels stabilize. You're not just addressing one concern, you're elevating your complete wellness profile. I've had gentlemen tell me their physicians noticed improvements in their blood pressure readings, their cholesterol levels, their overall metabolic markers. That's because you're supporting fundamental physiological systems, and when those improve, everything improves. So, now that you understand why this functions and why it matters, let's unite everything together. Because the final message I want to leave you with might just shift how you perceive your health, your confidence, and your future starting today. And that, gentlemen, is how one simple formula can quietly and powerfully transform the way you feel, perform, and live at this stage of your existence. We've covered substantial ground together, from the circulation-boosting power of beetroot to the nitrate-activating effects of lime. We added turmeric to support testosterone and calm tension. We brought in aloe vera juice to hydrate your organism at the cellular level. We incorporated pomegranate extract for vascular protection and raw cacao for sustained energy and mood enhancement. And then we blended it all into a formula that takes less than 60 seconds to prepare, but can help you feel stronger, firmer, and more in control than you've felt in years. And perhaps most important of all, we've discussed what this authentically means. not just physically, but emotionally. Because the truth is, it's never just about performance. It's about feeling like yourself again. It's about walking into a room with quiet confidence. It's about knowing that even at 60, 70, or beyond, you're not finished. Not by a long shot. I've witnessed this work in authentic gentlemen just like you. Gentlemen who thought they were past their prime. Gentlemen who thought intimacy was behind them. Gentlemen who were ready to surrender. And then one small change reminded their organisms what they were still capable of. So, if this speaks to you, I hope you give it a try. Not because it's a miracle, but because it's a message to your organism, to your confidence, to your future. A message that says, I'm still here, I still possess power, and I'm not finished yet, because you're not even close. And the exceptional part is, this is only the beginning. If this message resonated with you and you found value in what we shared today, I want to ask you for one small favor. Go ahead and hit the like button. It helps more gentlemen just like you find this information, especially those who may be quietly struggling and don't know where to turn. Your simple click might be the reason someone else finally gets the help they've been waiting for. If you'd like to hear more natural science-backed strategies like this to improve your health, your performance, and your confidence, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another powerful tip designed specifically for gentlemen past 60. And I want to hear from you. Comment 1 below if you plan to try this formula or if it's already helped you. Comment 0 if you're unsure or have questions, and I'll do my best to respond and support you. Lastly, if you believe in this message and would like to support this channel in continuing to bring honest, helpful content to mature gentlemen everywhere, you can leave a small donation using the link below. Every bit helps, and it means more than you know. Thank you for being here. Stay strong, stay curious, and above all, stay proud of the man you still are. This content is for general knowledge only. It does not replace evaluation by a specialized professional. If you have questions or symptoms, consult your specialist.